The Moss Landing power plant fire has impacted so many. There have been 4 fires there since 2019. Many in the community feeling like it should not come back online. Tonight in a special report, our very own Scott Rates talks with neighbors, Vistra Energy, and state leaders about the future of the plant.
What could have possibly prevented it?
On Saturday, a group of concerned citizens rallying outside the Moss Landing power plant.
What chemical pollutants were in the plume?
Their group, known as Never Again Moss Landing.
We're a grassroots, all-volunteer citizen group which grew in 6 days from 1 person to over 4,900 supporters.
Several people came out to hear updates, many of them holding signs, still very frustrated. They then walked to the plant, posting what they are calling their own red tag.
We're not going to stand around and just sit back and let people shove it down our throats.
Heather Griffin has lived in Prunedale for 26 years. She started the group. She's worried about her health and the health of her community.
The day after the fire on Friday, I started tasting a metallic taste in my mouth, and I really hope that people go get their blood work done.
The fire burning for at least 5 days, sending thick black toxic smoke up into the air. This is the 3rd fire for Vistra and the 4th fire at the power plant since 2019. Do you think that this power plant should come back online at this location?
I don't think it's a good idea.
I took the community's concerns to State Assembly member Don Addis.
Will your office be taking a hard look at, hey, maybe we should offline this thing permanently?
Well, I've called for it to stay offline until it can be guaranteed safe.
How do they guarantee it be safe, though? Because I asked the guy from Vistra, I said, can you guarantee it? And he could not guarantee it for me.
And it's a big problem.
Why wasn't that an independent investigation done the first 2 times with Vistra? Why do you think, in your opinion, why do you think the state allowed them to just conduct their independent investigation? The state's like, oh, good enough, let's bring it back online.
You know, it's a really good question. It's hard for me to conjecture around what others were thinking at the time, you know, when they had the responsibility to do those things. But we've been, you know, very clear. I've been very clear in my message that, you know, I came into service. I want this done. The governor has has joined our calls for an independent investigation.
In California, this is considered a green technology. And therefore, the amount of regulations wouldn't be the same as if this was an oil company, if they were digging for oil, doing anything like that, because obviously we know that the regulations are a lot more strict when it comes to that in California. Is it time to get this type of energy on the same kind of regulations that an oil rig would have?
Yes, so that's one of the things that I've been working on, and we just put in legislation today. It's AB 303, so we just crossed that over the desk. So now we have a piece of legislation in place, and that legislation does 2 things. It would create siting requirements similar to oil and gas siting requirements, so what is commonly known as a setback, so 3,200 feet from schools, homes, hospitals, not in high fire zones, not in high flood zones, not near what's called ESHA or environmentally sensitive habitats.
The benefits outweigh the risks in so many ways, but they're not perfect.
And I think a lot of people will say that's completely false. Those benefits wouldn't outweigh the risks, especially when you have toxic chemicals going up in the air. People are concerned about their health, right? They're concerned about these particulates coming back down to the ground, possibly getting to the drinking water. How do you want to address that? What do you want to tell those people?
Well, we are addressing now just the way we are. We are doing this safely and methodically and making sure, first of all, everybody is safe. Now we have gone back and doing our part, cooperating with agencies. We've brought in our own independent third party.
It's my understanding that Vistra has asked to come back online, and I'm just hoping and praying that that doesn't happen.
What I've said and what I'll continue to say is it's got to be offline until they can guarantee safety for the community.
Can you guarantee it won't happen again?
I guarantee we will do all we can, as I said, humanly possible and with technology. For a high probability, it will not happen again.
You know, the health and welfare and safety of our community is number 1.